Thank you. It's one of the first things we're taught to say as little children. And what a great habit to get into early in life. Gratitude, which can be your key to nothing less than happiness. We've institutionalized gratitude on the calendar. Every day it's some kind of appreciation. Today, among other things, it's radiography. Okay. Oh, and cappuccino. Yes, I am grateful for cappuccino. Are you with me? One of the foremost researchers on gratitude is right here in Miami. UN Professor Michael McCulloch found in a study more than 20 years ago that subjects who were asked to write about things for which they were grateful had fewer doctor visits, exercised more, and felt better about life than those who wrote about things that were neutral or aggravating. A simple gratitude journal has been linked in other research to improved immunity, heart health, mood, sleep, even job performance. It was at work that I first heard a whole new way of expressing gratitude. I had done a favor for a colleague, and I don't remember what it was, but I do remember who it was because of what he said afterwards. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate. And I expected him to finish the sentence the way I'd always heard it. I appreciate it. But no. He said, thanks, Tom. I appreciate you. What a powerful way to make someone feel valued. Gratitude, not just for a task, one and done, but for the person and who they are. 2 weeks from tomorrow, our nation celebrates its annual Day of Gratitude. This year, Thanksgiving falls on my mother's birthday, which is ironic because my image of my mother is not gratitude and thanksgiving, but complaining and self-pity. She was born in 1931 and grew up during the Great Depression. She was traumatized in childhood by witnessing domestic abuse. All my life, I heard the stories of suffering and deprivation as she relived her most painful memories. My mother would often tell me what a happy baby I was. Over the years, I learned that protecting my happiness and rediscovering that happy inner child meant distancing myself from my mother's toxic negativity. You've known people like this. They're just tough to be around. Of course, I'm grateful to both my parents for the gift of life. My father was much older. He passed away just as I was getting out of college, and from that point on, I had some level of responsibility for supporting my mother. And I did it with gratitude for having the means through a successful career, first in television news and later in pharmaceutical sales. Shortly after that career transition, I learned of a dramatic demonstration of the power of gratitude. I was representing my company in an exhibit booth at a medical convention, along with the company's top performing rep. I asked him about his success. For 25 years, he said, every day, he'd been writing thank you cards to every doctor he saw. So I started writing thank you cards. Not every doctor every day, but generally when a practitioner gave me quality time for a meaningful conversation. In my last position, when I brought a new manager in to see one of my doctors for the first time, before he said a word, he reached across his desk and held up the card that I had just written him. That's how much it meant to him. He saved it. I'll always believe that my success was a direct result of showing gratitude to my customers, and that success enabled me to continue to comfortably care for my mother. At one point, I lost my job in a takeover, and I tried to stay happy and occupied by buying a small sailboat and fixing it up. I had a little fun shaving my hair into a mohawk for a week while yacht racing. I did grow it and groom it back in time to apply for my next position. My career later took me to Chicago, and at that point, my mother suffered several serious setbacks in her health. Visiting occasionally was no longer going to work. I had to live closer, and I was grateful to my company for offering me a position here in Florida. So my mother is the reason I'm here, not just here living and breathing, but here in Miami, where I am so happy and so grateful for my life. I got another sailboat, fixed it up, sold it, and upgraded to a larger one. I keep it at the Coconut Grove Sailing Club, where I've made tons of great friends. I have never felt so at home, like I'm finally right where I belong. So grateful for the days sailing Biscayne Bay under a cloudless sky with a gentle breeze as the sun slowly settles into the horizon. It's sad that my mother never found happiness through gratitude. She passed away at 91 earlier this year. And one of her friends told me, Tommy, I was hoping towards the end she'd realize time was short, that she'd find forgiveness in her heart and some peace, but no, Marianne was just so angry. Someday soon, I'll take my sailboat out to my happy place and sprinkle her ashes where I find peace in hopes that she has finally found hers.